Hello. Hi. Hello, hi. Who is we're having trouble connecting. No, 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 no. This can occur. Incorrect. We keep. Hmm. 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 Interesting. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Hello. 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 Bonjour. Bonjour. Good morning, Ahmad. Golf. Good morning, Marty. Good morning. Byros. Philip. Good morning. Sean. Good morning. Prince. Good morning. Matt, for some reason, I thought Prince and Matt, same person. Mike, good morning. Mark, good morning. Yesenia, good morning. Good morning, Amy. Patricia, good morning. Hollow. LAC, yeah, LAC's been nice. Desta, good morning. Jay, good morning. Eddie, good morning. Mayhem, good morning. Good morning, North. Jack, good morning. M, good morning. Thomas, good morning. Lizzie, good morning. A, good morning. Good morning, Raven. Amevi, bonjour. Good morning. Gus, good morning. I think you sent me a message, right, Gus? I'll respond to that in a second. We'll most likely get a one-on-one done today, Gus. Like later today, like later today. As long as you've watched those videos, though, like you've watched the last 3 videos. If you have, and you have then we should be good to go. If not, it'll be tomorrow, right? So tomorrow, like 5 p.m. or something. So yeah, we'll figure it out. Depends how many I have to do today. But yeah, and the videos obviously. Mario, good morning. Cheta, good morning. Uh, Mandela, Mandela. Good morning. Yeah. Oh, good. Perfect. Okay, sounds good. Let me mute my Discord here. Andy, good morning. Word, good morning. VB, good morning. And good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. CJET has been the best name we've probably had all week. Right, it's been quite nice. So let's hope that the market opens and we continue pushing. BTC looks nice. You know how we were complaining about BTC the other day? Josh made it happen. So let's get back to 120 though. Then we can be out of the woods. The S&P not so much, right? Not looking so hot. We're down about almost half a point. So a bit of a gap down on SPY. It kind of feels like we're going sideways, waiting for a catalyst. I know there's news at 10 a.m. this morning, but maybe that's what we are waiting for, or just waiting for the open, because this seems a bit sidewaysy. So we shall see. In terms of like stocks, momentum stocks going into the open, I think for now the top 2 names, CJET and KAVL. Right, so KAVL is also trying to break above the double top, but CJET is number one for now. There are so many other random names like RVYL, LAC had a bit of a pop, right? The whole bunch of random names here, but they all kind of seem suspicious. All seem suspicious. Pally just dropped some news, so let's see. Virus, yeah, AES looks interesting there. Yeah, so Pally just dropped some news and then had a nice little pop there. Announces pricing of upsized 120 million underwritten public offering of common stock. Isn't it interesting how companies are doing offerings now and the stock is popping? Right? Like private placements, offerings, blah blah blah. It also kind of depends though, like if the stock has had a run leading into the offering, right? If it's had a run, then then the stock drops. But if it hasn't, um, yeah. So it's interesting how that's happening now. Dan, good morning. Josh, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Question for you guys in the chat with 6 minutes to go. What's your favorite stock going into the open? I feel like everybody's gonna say CJET. What's your favorite stock going into the open? Alex, good morning. TD, Alex, and then a lot of people use Webull and Robinhood and Interactive Brokers. Yeah, LMNOP. Too many ticker symbols, Dan. Too many ticker symbols. Good morning, CM. CJET. Yeah. LAC and CJET. Let's go. Let's go, LT. Yep, not surprised, right? So CJET is most likely going to be the number one name going into the open. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to be the main focus. We've seen like things change as we get to the open. So only made one trade. It was CJET on the initial run when the news dropped. Perfect, sock monkey. Right, perfect. Yup, yup. So beautiful. Yeah, and that was pretty fire news too. Like it was pretty fire news. Pretty fire news, right? Those private placements have been hot, 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 hot. So, do, 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 do. Yeah, I saw that it had a PR, but yeah, yeah. It's interesting how like in the past it wasn't like this, but now it is, where we have private placements and then boom skis. Kike, good morning. Ayo, Craig, good morning. Vena, good morning. Again, if I missed you, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Right as the news dropped. Yep. Yeah. I didn't really pay attention to the news on CJET. uh, there we go. Perfect. Mark, good morning. Luna, good morning. Randy, good morning. Are you ready for more chaos today, Mark? Are you happy with BTC running? Should be happy. Should be happy. No more dips, Mark. No more dips. I know where you live. Stop it, please. 3 minutes to go, guys. All right. So again, top two names for me for now are still KAVL and CJET. CJET is by far the better name, so we'll keep an eye on that. Any IPOs today? Yeah, there are two IPOs today. Well, technically three, but the top one doesn't count because it's a SPAC. So there's NP and then there's FRMI. So Neptune Insurance and then Femi, whatever they do, right? So both $20 stocks ish. Maybe we will pay attention to them. There isn't a whole bunch of hype on any of these names, but who knows? Who knows? You never know. Good morning, Jason. AGRZ, not one that I'm familiar with. IPOs really haven't been hot. There will be a time though. There will be a time though that like um there will be a time where IPOs return, right? So and then cook. Yeah, UBS and China. That's who. I'm kidding. Rob, let's go. Rob made 16. I need to pull up that screenshot, Rob. I need to pull up the screenshot. Rob made $16,000 today on CJET, guys. $16,000 today on CJET, right? Private placement news dropped at 5 a.m. this morning. 5 a.m. in the morning, Eastern time. 5 a.m., an hour after pre market opened, right? Rob got in because private placements have been on fire, made $16,000, right? Done for the week, done for the day, right? So again, if you're not a member yet, you're missing out, right? When that news drops and the stock starts moving, you're really missing out on that, Rob says, God bless this beautiful Hot Trades family of criminals. CJET for the win. Stay green, fam. Let's go, Rob. And I'm glad you're awake. Stay away from work, please, because we know you can cook. Stay away from work and cook in the markets instead, please. Let's go. Congratulations. High five. Well done. Well done. Yeah, no, CJET looks like we're slowly trying to creep back up here at the open now. So the markets are open, and let's see what they have in store for us. Maybe it is a good thing though that CJET already gave us the this little itsy bitsy dipski, you know, little itsy bitsy dipski. Let's see, little itsy bitsy dipsy. So 50 cents was that strong resistance. So at some point we're gonna need to break and close above that level if we want to cook. Alrighty, so 50 cents. We're just kind of playing around the 50. So anything above let's see, three. Anything above 40 cents, if we can stay above that level, that'd be a good thing. Alrighty, so if we can stay above 40 cents and break back above 50 cents, that would be nice. That would be nice. So 48 cents. 48 cents. There we go. Yeah. Work? What's that? What's that? Uh, let's see. So again, this looks good for now. KAVL was the other name that we're kind of interested in. There really isn't a whole lot here. You aim me with a bit of a pop, but still, it's all about CJET for now. And CJET looks like it wants to break that 50 cents, doesn't it? Give us the breakout. See if we can break above that 50 cents. Type yes in the chat if you're holding CJET. Type yes in the chat if you're holding CJET. 49.50. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, not surprised. So again, we are approaching that resistance at 50 cents. So it would be nice if we broke above it. 49.55, 49.70, 49.80, 49.90, 50 cents. Test, test, test. Once, testing twice. So again, we know 50 cents is the resistance, right? So you want to be a bit more cautious at this level. If you're not in a if you're in a position, easy, right? You can just kind of sit back and right? You can kind of sit back and wait for that breakout. But if you're not in a position, then you need to be a bit more patient here for the actual breakout. There we go. Here we go. 50-cent break. Hoping for a dip to 45. Yeah, we haven't closed above the 50 cents yet, right? So it's still a double top. So again, there you go. Right. So you wanted that retest of 45 cents. Well, you made 130 already, Amevi. Love it. Love it. Are you done for the day now? Yeah, so we're gonna need to break and close above that resistance if we want to start cooking. Run with a bit of a pump, LPTX with a bit of a pop. Raya has halted up, HCTI with the pop as well. So there are a whole bunch of random names, like they always will be at the open. Pali looks interesting. It's not quite breaking out yet, so it's gonna need to if it wants to run. UCFI looks a bit interesting there. So we'll keep an eye on that. LAC is just, annoying as always. Let me take a look at HCTI because that thing is popping there. Popping there. That's an aggressive candle. I'm surprised they haven't halted it up on that candle. But yeah, quite the pop. Lisa, you are okay. Let's go back to CJET here. So a bit of a retest again. The candle never broke out above 50 cents, right? So never broke out, and now we're retesting the bottom. So that's a double top for now. And this is what I mean, right? So if you're not in a position, you want to be a bit more cautious, right? If you are in a position, it's easier for you because you could have taken your gains or at least set a stop loss, right? So when you're not in a position, you definitely don't want to be risking it at resistance. There we go. So again, for now, as long as we can stay above 40 cents, I don't mind it too much. Alrighty. A bit of a price discovery at the open here. Resistance at 340-ish for HCTI. Looks interesting, doesn't it? I don't see a headline for this one, but it doesn't mean that they don't have one. The S&P cooked there. Cooked at the open. Cooked. Are we gonna do the same thing we do every day from red to green? Red to green, red to green. Kind of looks like there might be a stall up there though, doesn't it? Let's see. BTC looks really good. So hopefully that thing can keep cooking. Again, for CJET, I just want to see that thing consolidate above 40 cents. If it does, I'm completely okay with that. Let's see. And there we go. Yeah, so yeah, Rob, I don't know if Rob is in the chat though. I don't know if Rob's in the chat to help you out. I'll message Rob. Yeah. Let's see. You got stopped out of Pally? Oof, SPY's looking strong. Strong. Those are some aggressive candles. Aggressive. Aggressive candles. There we go, CJET. There we go. Back to 49. So again, a little bit of price discovery, which we don't mind. We still need to close about 50 cents here for CJET. Everything else seems a bit, suspicious. So CJET is still number one. HTCI has actually done really well with the alerts, right? Especially breaking above that 340 level. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. CJET is going to need to close above 50 cents to take over again, though. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, Pally's always had that history, and it also hasn't broken out. So I wouldn't be touching that thing. Maybe closer to 90 cents, right? The 200 EMA there, but it has a history. Yep. So again, CJET still needs to close above that 50 cents, guys. HCTI I couldn't see a catalyst here, but that was a pretty nice run. Your next resistance is looking like 370, 375. Um, no real dips here, so you know one's gonna come at some point. But now though, we still need CJET because this is probably still the favorite name, right? But we need that thing to close above that 50 cents. We need it to close above the 50 cents. The 50 cents. Here we go. Before the 50 cents, Eddie. Well, yes, most people did. Did anybody buy CJET before the 50 cents? Almost everybody in the chat did. Let's go, Coleman. Good morning. Almost everybody in the chat did, right? So that's why we tell you to join us in Discord. Yeah, there you go. And Matt got in at 38 cents, right? So the news came out at 5 a.m. this morning, right? 5 a.m. this morning is when the news was posted in Discord, right? So where's 5 a.m.? Well, 5 a.m. is right there. Actually, 5 a.m. is right there. So around this area here, right? And then the boom skis. And then more boom skis. Right? 27 cents. Yeah, there you go. Koma got in at 27 cents. Ahmad, 27 cents. Yeah, there you go. So that's why we tell you to join us in Discord, because you can catch some of these names sooner. As soon as that news comes out, you can catch them, right? So again, come join us in Discord. Yeah, Josh got in at 31. Testa, Amy, look at that, right? You got in late at 33. Look at that. So if you're not a member, you're really missing out on some of these early plays, right? So click that link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots, become a legend or above member, and come join us. Alrighty, come join us. Come join us. So we're still playing with 50 here. My goodness. Still playing with the 50. Let's see. Interesting, Cap. Come on now, give us that 50-cent breakout. What are you doing? Give us the 50-cent breakout. 53 daily problem. Yeah, for now we need to close about 50 cents first, though. HTCI is retesting as we knew that it would. BTC looks nice. SPY's had a really nice run there. My goodness. Really, really nice run. So let's see if it gives us a retest. Yeah, virus. KAVL, just nothing, right? Nothing to see there at all. So we need the breakout. 8 p.m. with a nice little pop there. Yep. So again, if you're not in a position, your opportunity here for CJET was that dip scheme, right? Closer to 40 cents better, right? If you're still not in a position, you don't want to be taking that position right below resistance, hoping that it's gonna break out. Like, please, is it gonna break out? Please, no. You're better off waiting for it to actually break. Should I be watching for the news? Uptick, Mike. Those headlines all come through in Stock General in the morning. Those headlines all come through in Stock General in the morning. Alrighty. Yeah. SkyQ with a bit of a pop there. A bit of a pop. SPY is really strong this morning. Really strong. That thing said red candles. Where? What red candles? Sheesh. Still red though. Still trying to recover from red. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, back to CJET here. CJET just wants to play the middle for now. Come on now. We need boom skis. There goes our UCFI with the on halt. And that thing said, thanks. Let me fly. $7 resistance if you're watching UCFI. Alrighty. $7 resistance. Do, 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 do. uh, do, 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 do. Howard, did you have your membership? Have you had your membership for 2 weeks? I didn't think it. I don't think it's been 2 weeks, has it? Hmm. Yeah, there goes a $7 break here. No closing yet, but looking better. Again, CJET really wants to break that 50 cents, but it just has to do it. Has to actually do it, you know? You got it on Friday, then you should still have it. Right? You should still have it. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah. So yeah, send Rob a message. Game then gone for some reason. Okay, sounds good. There we go. And then we have a spy news in 14 minutes. So yeah, again, that 50 cents is a problem, isn't it? Henry says, hello, join need an invite September 23rd. Wait, what have you been doing, Henry? Why did you wait so long? Let me send you an invite. So click that invite, follow the steps in the getting started channel, Henry. Alrighty. Uh, yeah, it looks like UCFI is halted down. So broke above 7, never really closed above 7, and then halted down. So, and then HTCI isn't looking too bad actually. The only downside is that supply zone and your resistance not being too far away, but it's trying to curl. Let's see if there's follow through. CJET just wants to go back and forth for now. La 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 la. Hmm. There we go. Yeah, let's see if we can stay above that 40 cents again, right? That's been the that's been the range, 50 cents to 40 cents. There's a line in the middle there, but that's really not been the focus. Alrighty, so I'm gonna get rid of that actually. So again, 40 cents to 50 cents. If we break below 40 cents, then okay, you have the view up and the 200 below to look at, right? 36, 37, and then go from there. Yeah. Then we can go from there. HCTI is that was a really nice curl. Again, the only issue here is that supply zone that you're dealing with. The resistance isn't that far away, so a bit of a red flag there. There we go. There we go. Perfect. For the IPO, not really sure yet. Back off. Not honestly, not sure yet. Not sure. So here comes a proper test of 40 cents here for CJET. Yep, exactly, Peter. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Come on, CJET. We know you can do it. We know you can do it. Stop playing around with us. It would have been nice if that thing broke above 50 cents, right? Because again, people are not going to FOMO if it's not breaking above resistance. We're all just going to sit here and watch it, you know? So that's the downside to watching these names at the open and not having them not break out is we just sit and watch. We just sit back and watch. Yep. Let's see. So again, we tested that 40 cents and we're trying to bounce again up that level, right? So that's not bad. That isn't horrible, but we just seem to be going back and forth for now. HCTI is still trying to curl here as well. The S&P just got slapped hard, hard to the double bottom there, hard. That was a nice little stall there for some puts. A can is halted up. Interesting. Interesting. Mark mentioned this one last night to you. Uh, AKN. Mark, did you get into this one? Yeah. So they dropped news yesterday, but it seems like it's more of a delayed reaction than anything else. Um, and it's also halted right below resistance, so 620 resistance. Yeah. Mm, interesting. Akanda forever. Yeah, no. So that IPO, we'll talk about it in closer to lunchtime. Both of these are coming out today. FRMI and NP. So we'll look at those later. CJET is I don't think we can really say CJET has been disappointing because it's done really well, really really well. But at the same time, I think we were all hoping for some nice breakouts at the open and some boom skis. Some nice boom skis. BKKT completes sale of loyalty business. Hmm, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, let me take a look at NUKK. I like how you're saying Canada. Canada's flying. Yeah, nothing crazy though, but it is looking good. Right? So it's 15%. We tend to ignore these things because they haven't. Anyways, yeah, late start, but the long night. Savoir. Why? What were you doing? What were you doing? But better late than never, you know. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, there we go. Yeah, CJET is still looking a bit suspicious, right? So as much as we like something, people want to play with stuff that's actually breaking out. So um, something needs to break out here. HCTI still doesn't look bad, but it really needs to break out still. Yep. And he says, please push. So again, 40 cents has been the support. If we break below 40 cents, you're looking for that 200 EMA. Alrighty, closer to 37 then. If we break below. Um, yeah. And then go from there. CJET is just chilling them. Just chilling. Stopping you guys from taking any no, 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 no. Um Okay, come on now. We need something to go boom skis, guys. Where are the breakouts? Bitcoin's the only thing that wants to break out. I mean, we don't mind. Josh really doesn't mind. Uh, yeah, Josh really doesn't mind. But 43. Okay, yeah, you really need that thing to hold above. Then again, HCTI doesn't look too bad. Still needs to break out and clear that supply zone. I certainly don't mind. No, I don't mind either. Yeah, I think we're all okay with it. We are all okay with it. CJET trying to curl back to 43, right? So again, that looks good, and so does this, right? But this needs to break out. Needs to break out. Is it too big of a risk to take a position on LAC? Um, Pally looks like it's actually holding up there, which isn't bad. Let me take a look. LAC is really a frustrating stock in the way that it moves. Like up and down. Um, maybe not. It's trying to do what you know that it needs to do, right? So, as long as you stay above $6.60, if it goes below that level, you probably don't want to be in it, right? So, if it's consolidating down here and you take a position, not horrible. You just need to make sure that it stays above. uh, yeah, HCTI is just sitting at that resistance there, so it needs to break out. Need the breakout. So yeah, $3.60. Mm, 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 mm. And obviously, AKAN is still halted up, guys. So we shall see what happens with that, uh, and then go from there. We shall see what happens, and then go from there. APLT with a bit of a pop as well. So many random names this morning. So many random names. Pally is actually popping, guys. Yeah, Pally is retesting the highs of the day. Interesting. Uh, hmm. See if that candle can actually close above $1.30. Kind of looks like it wants to, doesn't it? No, 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 no. Yeah, no. So still halted. CJET is still just playing in the same range here, so still holding that 40 cents, which isn't bad. HCTI just couldn't break out, right? So no breakouts, no juice. So that thing needs to break above 360. And Matt, hopefully you're holding this one and making monies. Right, it's nothing too crazy from 15 to 18%, not crazy, right? But at least it's moving up in the right direction. Yeah, so Pally for now is a double top at $1.30, so it's gonna need to break above that for the volume to really start kicking in. the volume to start kicking in there. Do, 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 do. And then we have SPY news in less than a minute here too. So let's see how that affects the markets. Okay, there we go. those candles are wild. Some very interesting candles there. Wild candles. But you did not yet. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, CJET is kind of annoying, isn't it? Super slow, and then again, no breakout on this thing, so no go. A can is on halted, guys, and a can is like it feels like a can was ready for this because those dudes just dropped another article again. Like they knew this was coming. La 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 la. 7 billion telecom. Okay, that doesn't really mean they're making that much, but 7 billion. Yeah, and then again, CJET is still in that same bottom range. So there's really nothing to see there. Yeah, Pally's actually done well off the bottom there. Well off the bottom. Nope, it was halted. It's on halted now though. So that's a nice pop. I think we were wondering why this one dropped the news yesterday instead of the day before, but that stock is flying there. Flying 760. CJET, yeah, CJET is losing the vibes, right? So again, this is why like we've said recently, as much as we like names coming into the open is like things need to happen at the open for things to keep performing, right? The one thing that needed to happen for CJET is break above that 50 cents and hold above. And if it doesn't do it, then people kind of, just sit back and wait. Right. So for now, again, we're breaking below 40 cents. Your next support is closer to 37, the 200 EMA. Alrighty. So we shall see if we can stay above that. See if we can stay above that. So for now, a can, a can and a can is actually halted up now too, guys. So 787 halted up, halted up. Again, people are gonna sell. People are gonna sell the names that are not performing and run to the names that are performing. It's just what it is, right? So, is it interesting that you see some names pumping and then all of a sudden CJET is dropping? Not really, right? So, as much as you like something coming into the open, when the open happens, things change. So that thing needs to break out to maintain. 38. Yeah, you're getting close. Very close. APLT with another pop there again. And did you ever get into your position here for LAC, Gods and Kings? Bitcoin is at 117 now, so BTC looks nice. Very nice. Let's get back to 120. Josh, make it happen. Make it happen, please. NUKK is just creeping up, one candle at a time. Creep, 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 creep. And Matt, that was a good shout. I wish you were in it though. Good morning, River. Oh, no. Yeah, that's a really nice pop on a can there. Really nice pump. Very nice pump. I'm working on it. Yes, please. Yes, please. Spy on the other hand, looks like we are trying to recover, but not quite at the top yet, though. top like highs of the day, not quite there yet. So we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, BTC looks very nice. So again, our next level for CJET is that 37 cents at the 200 EMA. So let's see if we stay above that. Now the question for Pali is, with all the negativity around it, can it stay above $1.30? Can it stay above? Yeah, CJET has been more of a disappointment at the open, hasn't it? Right. So yeah, watch that 200 EMA. Let's see if we can stay above that level for the day. It happens. No, it definitely does. Eddie, right? The easy play for this, which it happens so often, honestly, like the easy plays sometimes will come in pre-market, right? It performs so well in pre-market. Like, look at this, so predictable, so nice, and then the market opens. If you don't break out, people don't FOMO. It's just that simple, right? We keep saying this almost every day now, right? The only time we jump in at the open on a stock is when the stock is breaking out. That's the only time you FOMO. If not, just let it chill, right? So 40 cents was nice, but then it just didn't have the follow through. So people would rather FOMO into a stock that's breaking out than try and catch the support, right? Which is exactly what's happening here. So for now, let's see if we can stay above that 200 EMA and go from there. Let's see. Mm, 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 mm. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, exactly, Patrick. Exactly. 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 Do, 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 do. So once the bell rings and the market opens, things change. So so we can come into the open with with favorite names, but they still need to perform. Because as soon as something else starts performing, people are gonna run over to that name, right? Which is obviously what's happening with some of the other names. But yeah, for now, 30. It would be nice if we stayed above this 200 EMA though, right? It would be nice if we could stay above that damn level. Would be nice. 37 cents there. Dustin? Ooh, Dustin is cooking those options, cooking them. Love it. The options signal channel in Discord has been fire. Oh, like Bitcoin on the yeah. Dustin like the BTC jump, yeah. You're focusing on CJET, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I just don't think it's you can't really focus on one name at the open, right? Just because. Just because. There goes a can. $8.20, and actually it's halted up again. Yeah, a can is halted up again. Yeah. That thing has a lower flow too though, right? So it's like 727,000 shares, right? So it's a very small float. So it's kind of not surprising why that thing is cooking. Jimmy says I'm off to bed. Taking my $190 profit on CJET and will live to fight another day. Yeah. Well done, Jimmy. And there goes Pally, guys, right? So Pally just popped again, right? You notice how the ones that are breaking out are performing, right? You notice that? So Pally is performing because it's breaking out, not because it's a good stock, because people don't care and it's breaking out, right? A can has a catalyst, low float, but also breaking out, right? So whereas CJET, not so much, but for now, let's hope we can stay above that bottom level there, that 200 EMA, and go from there. Type yes in the chat if you're holding a can. On YouTube, off with payments. Edward, where do you live? What country do you live in? Where do you live? Two, two, two. Let's see. Mm, 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 Okay. Yes, in the chat. You're from Dubai? Maybe that's why then. Um, send me an email, maybe Edward. Email hottradex at gmail, and then I'll take a look and let you know. Dang, Pally had so much, not Pally, CJET had so much volume in pre-market, and then all of a sudden the market opens and the volume is non-existent, right? So the reason I say that is because we really should be bouncing off the 200 EMA, but then it's so slow. It's like, where did the volume go to? Well, it went to the other names that are cooking. That's where it went to. That's where it went to. Two, 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 two. That's where the volume went to. See the other names that are cooking. Do, 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 do. Yeah, it's trying, but then that the view up there is acting as a bit of resistance too. So we need to start breaking back above 40 cents at least. Need to break back above. Mm, mm. There we go. Yeah, Edward. Yeah, send me an email. Yeah, HCT I just couldn't break out, right? So just could not do the breakies. Mm, 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 mm. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Uh, yeah, Blue Wing. That's a complete gamble. I mean, yeah. Tony, good morning. Hello, hello. Good morning. Dang, CJET really needs to get bouncing here. Like, really needs to get bouncing. Otherwise, they're gonna slap that thing below that 200. Clearly, we're forming a downtrend now too, so that's not a good thing. A can is on halted and still flying. Right, on halted and still flying. Again, yeah, that float. When it's moving like this, though, like it's just a complete gamble. Like if you're looking for a brand new position, complete gamble. Like you have to be willing to take a risk, to jump in and jump out really quickly, right? So that's something that you have to decide. Because one of these candles will drop and then hold down, and then the sell off begins. So it's just when you're pumping like that, you just have to make that decision. Hopefully, it doesn't hold down though. Edward, what's your position in RZLV? Such a huge range. Yeah, exactly. It really is. Like we just went from $9.16 to $8.20, right? Like it's such a gamble when you're trying to get in a range like this. Yeah, you just have to pray that it works out in your favor. 510. I'll take a look in a second. At least we got rid of one of those supply zones. And there goes the drop, right? So again, such a gamble when you're trying to do that in a range like that. I'm surprised they haven't halted that thing on the way down. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that is a good thing. Yeah, CJET has just been annoying, right? Clearly, we're just trending down here now too, so there's really nothing to see there. Nothing to see. A can is like, hey, I hope you bought the dip because I'm coming back. Right? So maybe it is a good thing that they're not halting it actually. Yeah, maybe that's a really good thing. There it goes. So that candle hit a high of 928. 52-week high for this thing is 1316. So not sure what's gonna happen here though. I almost want to see that candle close above 910 and then $10 and then the 13. We're not watching FRMI. Is the IPO live, Nathan? Is it live? I don't think so, right? So there's really nothing to watch there. At least not quite yet. At least not quite yet. Yeah, so that supply zone at 9,910 seems to be a bit stronger for Ken than anything else that it's come up against. We're just looking at the title. Uh, hmm. 08. Yeah, virus. It took me a second to get it. Took me a second. LAC is actually holding up quite well there, gods and kings, right? So, like I said, as long as that thing stays above $6.60 LAC, you should be okay. If it breaks below, then you might not want to be in that position. And CJET still a disappointment. So can either needs to give us a proper dip here and hold, or we need to break above 910 for the actual push. Enough with that float? It can. It really can. All right. So well, clearly T-Rexing was stalling at the top there, Juan. So until we close above 910, um, I would almost expect that dip to happen. Regan, yeah, Raven's been on that. And there goes a test of the night EMA. $8 and 780, 770, and there's the slap. And guess what? They finally halted it down, right? So 768. So again, you can clearly see the stalling at the top, right? I think this is why too. Sometimes people say, "Hey, like I don't know when it's I don't know I don't know what to do when the stock like I don't know when a stock is gonna sell off." And every time we've said when the stock starts to stall, that's why we came up with the phrase T-Rex, right? When you see the candle start to stall like that at the top, you have a problem. right? And again, people complain about it, but it doesn't always happen in one candle, right? Sometimes you're sitting there for 5 minutes and it doesn't feel like it's 5 minutes, but the candles are stalling there for a long time and then slap, right? And then you're like, but I didn't know. Surprise, surprise. Remember the T-Rex. All right. Maybe now when that thing goes down, maybe CJET will come back. Because CJET lost the vibes to this one. So yeah, a can is halted down, and CJET is trying to come back up the bottom. AGRZ, the IPO is live. I highly doubt that's going to be available. Mm-hmm. Highly doubt that's going to be available. SPY is still 90 cents away from break even. We're testing the double top here though, so I wonder if it's actually going to break out. Kike is asking, does anyone know how to use a stop loss on Quest Trade? Anyone? Anybody? The general rule for stop losses, Kike, is when you click on sell, right? You're holding something, you want to set a stop loss, you click on sell, it should give you those options. Right? Like it should give you those options. Um that's the general rule. Like it should give you the options. Like okay, like stop loss, stop limit, blah blah blah, stuff like that. It should give you that option. Let's see. What about this? Okay. But it does not. Does anybody else use Questrade in the chat? Yeah, it looks like it's breaking out virus. Candle hasn't closed yet, obviously, but a can is still halted down, guys. CJET is really trying to reclaim that view app, so it would be nice if it does. And yeah, yep, try it, right? So you should have a drop-down menu when you click on sell where it gives you multiple options. That's how you set the stop loss on most brokers. On most. Yeah, order type. Yeah, exactly. So there you go. RS on the order type. There you go. Kike. Hopefully that answers your question. Uh, Stop limit should be another option there too. That isn't a stop limit, right? So how do you join Discord? If you want to join us in Discord, Trey, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. And sign up for any level that's above. So Legend, Legend Pro, or the Gold VIP level. Sign up for one of those levels. Alrighty. Yeah. So again, that last IPO is live. I'll see if we can pull it up in a second here. AGRZ. It actually is up here. So interesting. Yeah, there's nothing crazy happening, right? This is why we hesitate with these IPOs now. Right, that's why we hesitate with these IPOs, is because nothing's really been happening with these IPOs. Like nothing at all. Ah, Paris. Funny. Ayo, Alan. Do you need your voice to beg for mercy at the track? Nope. No mercy. No mercy. A can is on halted, guys. It looks like we are holding that 768, the level that we halted at, so that's good for now. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. Yeah, I wonder why. Anyways, I don't know. Alan, how are you? How are you? I- Yeah, look at the size of that candle. That candle dropped all the way to 750 and then came back down to $8. All the way back up. Hmm. 40. Interesting. Okay. Choo, 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 choo. Choo, choo, choo. No mercy, Josh. No mercy. Dang, CJET is super slow. Super, super slow. Super, super slow. LAC is still looking okay. Like nothing crazy, but still holding up. And then a can needs to give us a bit of consolidation at some point. SPY is still trying to recover here from the yesterday redness. So we shall see if it actually does. If it actually does. And then this IPO is it looks like it needs a bit of volume, but at least it's staying up the abyss though. Yeah, it's like 250,000 shares, right? But it is hitting highs of the day though. Highs of the day. 435. Interesting. 435. Mm, 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 mm. Eddie, welcome to the community, Eddie. Welcome. Let me get you an invite link here. Yeah, I can just got slapped all the way back down to $7 and halted, right? So again, you want to be very careful with these things when they're T-rexing like that. Eddie, this is your invite link at the bottom of the chat. So that yellow link that's about to show up, click that link and follow the steps in the Getting Started channel, please. Watch the onboarding video in the Getting Started channel, please. Alrighty, watch the onboarding video there. Yeah, I can. That was a nasty drop, but that was almost a very predictable drop, though. Predictable. Pally is just going back and forth here, not dying. And then CJET again just can't seem to get back above the view app, so that's a red flag. I hate when the best name of the day is something like this. That just basically exploded, right? Someone knew this news was coming because the stock was already moving before the news came through. So someone knew. But again, that happened very quickly. I like when it's, slow, predictable. You have chances to get in and get out and get in and get out. Um, yeah, this price action this week has been annoying. Pally looks like a better name in terms of like the price action. So suspicious stock for sure, but at the very least, it's behaving like a better stock. Yeah, it kind of feels like it below, doesn't it? Right, like pre-market has been good, and then the market opens and it's just suspicious price action all over the place, and then we cook into the end and after hours, and then Same thing again the next day. Yep. AB, I'm not sure. I this isn't the market for an IPO. IPOs just don't seem to be performing, so I wouldn't be getting too excited for these IPOs. The float for Pally isn't as small as we want it to be. It's like 9 million, which isn't a big float, but it's also not a micro float. We need that thing smaller. Hmm. There goes Pally. Right, like Pally has the better chart, not the top gainer, but has a better chart than some of these other stocks. It has that history of scamming people though, so I think that's why I'm a bit skeptical with this one. But yeah, we shall see. There goes 52. Right, so scammy, but definitely has the best looking chart. Right, the best looking chart. That was a good breakout, actually. Aggressive, but that must have been a level from the past, Bilal, most likely. Pali is a stock that we've watched for quite some time now, so most likely, um, that was a level from the past that we just left the line at. Yeah, nuke AKAN is still halted down 716, and LAC is retesting your downtrend here. Interesting. DC, because um, I think the reason why it's doing that is because offerings, and so not necessarily offering, private placements have been like really hot lately for some reason, right? If you're wondering why CJET is pumping, is because of they did a private placement, a pretty big one, right? So and it depends what they're going to do with the funds, right? So CJET did really well with like a fancy way of doing an offering, right? So then Pally's like, hey, I want to do that too, right? I think the difference here though is Pally's doing the offering before the run, so I think people might be okay with that. But definitely an interesting time in the market where stocks are running after doing offerings, diluting and running. So again, like I said, just be careful. There's a lot of negativity around this one. Just be careful, please. Just be careful. Uh, Spending way too much time listening to every time la 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 Harry on YouTube tell them all kinds of stupid stuff. Yep, yep. Yep. Bring the monies. Bring the monies here, Josh. Bring the monies here. Yeah. Oh, you guys are talking about the shutdown, and there goes Pally. Pally's getting slapped there. Right. So the price action is this entire week is going to be suspicious, isn't it? But again, pre-market has been nice, a little bit easier to play with. Right? CJET was such an easy play this morning, and then all of a sudden, dead. Right? So yeah, CJET straight weakness. So as soon as the market opened and that thing broke down like that, it becomes a problem. Yeah, they're slapping it now. So, yeah, again, we've said this for quite some time now. If you're not in a position and you're looking for position at the open, you only go with the stocks that are breaking out, right? Only go with the stocks that are breaking out. Clearly, CJET never broke above and closed above 50 cents, right? So that's why we kept saying, hey, like, if you're not in a position, what happened? What happened? Or a spy? You guys scared me. I was like, wait, what's happening? What's happening? Um, right? So if you're not in a position in something that is like something like CJET, you wait for the breakout or you wait for the dip, right? Even the dip in this case was a bit safer, right? Because even if you buy close to 40 cents and you get rid of it below 40 cents, it's better than buying below 50 cents. Yeah. And stop loss hit, yep, exactly. Below, that's better than this though, right? That's better than this. So you know what I mean? Better than holding a bag there. Yeah, Spy wants to go from red to green. Red to green, red to green. Or at least fill the gap. You did, Mohammed? Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. As annoying as stop losses are, the better than staying in that stock and holding a fat bag. Because if that thing breaks below 40 cents and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of it, that's a good thing because it's better than 33 cents. Yeah, Tesla. Yep. Let's see. Let me take a look at SPY here. Yeah, Bitcoin's obviously done really well. Let me look at SPY on a 15-minute or something like that. Why is that a weird 15-minute chart? Oh, that's why. That's why I look like that, because that's not SPY. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Hmm. It's a lot of resistance we're approaching there for SPY, huh? I wonder if it's going to break above this time, though. I wonder if it's going to break above this time, or if we're just going to... Yeah, there's a bit more room to the upside. But that's the beginning of the week. This entire range has been a problem all week. All week long, it's been a problem. Hmm. The volume is unreal. What do you mean? I never understand that. Like like 680 million. It's a penny stock though. Like what do we expect? Right? It was the hottest penny stock in the market and pre-market. Right? The only thing that people were buying was CJET. Nothing else looked good. So penny stocks are always, when it's hot, it's expected to get to 1 billion in volume for the day. Unreal super high? Yeah, no, for sure. For sure, for sure. No, I get that. Yeah. High makes sense. Unreal doesn't make sense though. Yeah. Unbelievable. What was I been talking about, Dan? You know what? Yeah, AKN is still dropping, so there's really nothing to see there yet. Yeah, Dan sent me a picture of his breakfast again. It looked amazing. Looks amazing. Amazing. Ridiculous. See, now I can't even think properly. Let's see. Hmm. Kind of looks like we're stalling a bit there, virus, doesn't it? Stalling a little bit there. Uh, DVLT. Hmm. YV um RVYL is doing okay too. Not quite highs of the day, but session highs. A can. Um, com- there we go. RV. You are looking at the wrong thing, Jason. Okay, no, that's okay. That's okay. That is okay. 650 ish. Um, there really isn't any consolidation here for a can. So to me, there's nothing to look at unless you're just taking a gamble off like a round number, like $6 maybe, right? Like there's no sign of consolidation here. This thing hasn't been a buy at all at any point during this drop, right? So again, maybe if you're looking for a gamble close to six because it's a round number, but that's about it though, right? No consolidation, no curl, nothing, no signs of like life. Yeah, so it looks like SPY is failing at that 15-minute triple top, quadruple top virus, right? So this 15-minute chart has been like the range for the last, however long now. It's like we run up to that level and then we fail. So all week long, it's been this spot, right? The bottom was nice though. That was a nice little bottom there. Oh yeah. So let's see if we eventually break above this level. See if we eventually break above. And Pali is doing its thing again. And I can hit a low of 616 ish, 617. Does it look like CJET could be curling? Yeah, right. So up 32.50. I think the closer you get to 30 cents, the better for gamble play, Austin. Um, I almost don't feel like this thing is done yet for the day, right? Just because it had so much volume, right? So, but yeah, yeah, that thing is back into that same range again, huh? Right? So that 290 CM, such an annoying level. So it like if that thing wants to cook, it's still gonna need to break above that level, 290. NVIDIA all time highs again. What a monster! What a monster! What a monster! Try not to FOMO. Okay. Hopefully next week is not like this week. Again, it's not that we don't have scalping. You're in at 250 CM? Okay, nice. Yeah, that's good. It would be nice if we could break out now, though. Uh, we go. Maybe it's gonna happen now. Maybe. Yeah, look at a can, right? A can just again, there's nothing there yet. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. AIHS is this was a bit of a swing play, right? So here we go, 290. So that 290 needs to be broken. Every time we get to this level, it's a bit of a problem, right? So let's see if we break above it this time, though. Here we go. And then $3. The high from yesterday, from last actually this morning, it popped all the way to 334. So that was a bit interesting, but obviously couldn't stay above it. Obviously could not stay. We still need to close candles above 290. La 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 la. People are still dealing with like the like the scammer and stuff. Yeah, don't get scammed again. Like if you simply just watch the intro video, I like spend like 5 minutes talking about scammers and how to tell that someone's a scammer. You did. You took profit CM. That's a nice scalp. Yeah, back above $7. Gods and Kings. What's your entry now? Bilal. Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, again, better than 33, 32, 32 cents, right? So it's trying to come back now, CJET, but yeah, 669, perfect. Yeah, you got back in like 9 cents from the stop loss. So good job on that. Again, 290 hasn't really changed here for resistance, guys. As much as the candle went to $3, it hasn't closed above yet. So as long as it until it closes above that level, we're not quite ready for more boom skis. Mm-mm. There we go. Here we go. 294. Type yes in the chat if you're holding AIHS. Type yes in the chat if you're holding this one. Especially if you bought the dip skis, that would have been nice. Those dips were nice. Now not so much, right? Now we're playing with resistance here. Now this is when you decide if you want to take gains or anything else. But yeah, those dips would have been those dips were nice. We. Yeah, so again, 290 resistance, right? We've known that since yesterday. So uh Ellen. Um honestly, IPOs haven't really done well. So these two IPOs are coming out later today, FRMI and NP. They're not that exciting though. Until one of these IPOs goes, I think we just have to be cautious, you know? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. So like when we get back to this 200 and VWAP range, all the way to 39, it's going to be resistance on CJET, right? So we bounce up the demand zone, but then now you have the supply zone at the top there. So if you bought that thing closer to 30 cents, maybe you're a bit happier now, right? And again, no surprise there that this is resistance, right? No surprises at all. I think the more exciting IPO would be FRMI, which I'll take a look in a second. Alrighty. There we go. So yeah, 290 is a problem. Did anybody get into any of the pre-IPOs? They give you one share and you requested 10. Yeah. You got two shares of NP. Okay. Interesting then. FRMI. I'm just looking here. So it looks like FRMI is indicated to open in the 30s there. So if your one share should be able to pay you lunch, Ahmad. Oh, here we go. Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans. What do you think of the IPO? Did you get into the pre-IPO? I'm not quite sure what the company actually does. I'm really not sure what that company does. Um, so we might need to pull it up and take a closer look. Um, one second. Dan, SAS. You got 10 shares. How many did you request? I think again, if you got into the pre-IPO, I think that's perfect. Um, if you got into that pre-IPO, that's perfect. I'm gonna look and see what the company actually does here. Um, Ready? I'm just waiting for it to load. It's loading and loading and loading. I don't really. Oh, real estate. Here we go. AI real estate, huh? Our mission is to deliver up to 11 gigawatts of low carbon, hyper redundant, and on demand power direct to the world's most compute intensive business with. Anyways, this makes no sense, but I'm going to keep scrolling down. Maybe they're going to explain it a bit more. You know how, like, when you say, like, what a company, what do you do, and they complicate it too much. Na 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 na. All I hear is, if we open in the 30s, get ready to take your monies. That's all I can see. Okay. So it looks like the indicated price is closer to $38 for now. So be ready to take your monies. Is all I read. Uh, do, 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 do. Let's see. We'll keep an eye on it when it actually IPOs, though, right? You guys know how we play with IPOs. $6 is holding, right, for AKAN, right? That's kind of what we talked about. Like, if you're gonna take a gamble, maybe it's just a gamble at $6. If it breaks below that, though, 520 is next. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's something to do with real estate and then AI and then electric stuff. Just all a bit messy. I'm sure if we pulled up the company's website, though, maybe that'll make a bit more sense, Dan. Right. So this is the website. Maybe they'll explain. So rethink power. I like how they have Trump on their website. Um. uh. Anyways, the world's largest next gen hypergrid power, powering next gen AI. So no. Rely on grid and traditional sources of power they need. No. Ultimately, have to force America into a dogfight with China. The winner will control the future of artificial intelligence. Blah 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 blah. With the Texas University system, we're answering up call to deliver global energy and AI dominance. In okay, cool, meh, cool, don't care, don't care. Anyways, back to the stock. Back to the stonk. Again, be ready to lock in your monies and don't FOMO right away. Ready? Hello, Max. Yeah, it seems too complicated, you know? Just add AI virus and then boom skis. That's it. I still like what AIHS is doing. That thing really needs to just close above that damn 290 and $3 and then cook, you know? Like, damn, what's wrong with this stock? What's wrong with this? Come on. 278. So yeah, we're gonna need to break out. There we go, 280. Okay. The Chelsea fan or Vier? There are multiple Chelsea fans in the chat hiding. Ah, Chelsea's been nice though, with Pedro and Palma. Enzo's nice. Enzo was on my fantasy team for a bit last season. He should have been on this season too, you know. Vier, City. Sending you my money to instead of investing in that stock, Jim. Yeah, I agree. Yes. I mean, again, no, all kidding aside, though, there isn't anything there that's overly exciting or obvious, right? So that doesn't mean that that IPO will not do well, but I think what it means now is we have to give it a second, right? More Chelsea love, please. Yes, Chelsea is been nice. They have some really good signings, except they keep getting red cards, you know. Trade the wave. Yes, absolutely. No, I have Pedro on my fantasy team, so I need them to do well. Yeah. You guys need Palmer back. You do. You need to stop getting red cards. I think Pedro got that red card for a reason because he wanted to rest. He's tired of running around, you know. Because I think he was him and Delap was supposed to play, you know, help each other out. But I think he's tired of running. He's like, you know what? A red card sounds nice. With Reds, yeah. Hopefully no more Reds in the next game. Hopefully no more. Okay, AIHS guys, here we go again, right? So we really need to get that breakout here. We really need to get the breakout. Hopefully we get the breakout. $294. Come on, give us the boomski, guys. Give us the boomski. 293, 294. Just need to close the damn candle above that level, you know. Sheesh. 290 is strong resistance. Very strong resistance. La 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 la. DXYZ. So they couldn't find a better ticker symbol. They're like, you know what? Let's just go with DXYZ. DXYZ. 286. What is the bid? The last time I looked, it was closer to 38. I'll take a look again in a second. Those things are not gonna come out. Maybe in the next hour or so. So there's still plenty of time. 288, 289, 290. Come on. 290. That's your team, Amevi? Yes. Me too, me too, me too. Absolutely. CR7 is the GOAT. The GOAT. Here we go. $3, guys. Messi is the GOAT. Mm, mm. No, that's okay. Messi is the GOAT for a lot of people. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Maybe like if I grew up watching Messi, Messi would be my go-to, but I just never watched him. So it's not that I don't like Messi, it's just I never. So CR7 has to be the GOAT for me. Uh, Spy is actually at break green for the day now. Sheesh, green for the day. I mean, now we're really testing that resistance though. Now we're really testing that 15-minute resistance. So I wonder if we're gonna break out or just crash again here. Like that this has been like since Monday. Like the entire week it's been like that. Pump and then drop. So I wonder. Is the GOATs Dusty? CR7 is the GOAT? Yeah, see? We all agree. Uh LBJ and MJ on basketball. Bilal really is annoying. Like it really is pretty annoying, honestly. Pretty annoying. Uh, hmm. Do. Yeah, it's same thing though, right? For MJ, like MJ and LBJ, end of story. Yeah, I think. Ayo, Laura, are you seeing Spy? We were just looking at that 15-minute chart on Spy, and there's a lot of resistance there, but if it wants to break out, today is the day. Today's the day, you know. But yeah, Spy's beautiful. Yeah, because I saw you bought those calls. That's why. I'm telling you, the option signal channel in Discord. Yeah, fire, 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 fire. 77. You got them at 77 cents. Did you end up selling, Laura? Or you're still in there? How's Yuli doing, by the way? Oh yeah, Laura did sell. She sold like right away. Good job. Good jobs. I like it. Cha-ching! Let's go. Congratulations. Well done. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of resistance here, anyways. Lots of resistance, anyways. So that's going to be a bit of a problem. Look at a can, guys. Like a can is just absolute rubbish, right? So this is why we say like that thing just $6 was like the only hope. As soon as it broke below $6, yeah, all the way down to 550. So hopefully no one's holding a bag on this, please. Hopefully no bags. And then AIHS is just the most annoying stock right now, right? So it is holding up, and we're really close to resistance, right? The videos she might be no, so no, that's okay. I mean, like, how's she doing with the videos? Yeah, that's what I expect. Watch the videos, ask questions, paper trade, for a little bit, and then use real money. So no, she has a long ways to go, especially if she's just starting. Like, just start from the beginning, the top of the new trader education section, and work your way down. Start from the top and work your way down. Here we go, 294, guys. When are we gonna go boom skis here? When CM lets us go. Come on, CM, make it happen. Make it happen. Uh, yeah, so we still need to close above 290 and then $3 almost there. Ridiculousness. Won't play. There should only be like three of them that don't play for you. Those are for the Legend Pro members. So if they don't open, that's because they're probably for Legend Pro. Alrighty. Like the breakout video, the consolidation video, yeah, and then yeah. Yeah. There we go. Spy is still testing that top again there. Testing the top of the range, Spy. Are we gonna thrust now? 48 minutes minus 42%. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Again, to me, other than a potential $6 gamble, there's been nothing to see here, right? Nothing. This is why we hate when a stock moves up like that, because it doesn't really give you the chance to get in unless you just jump in, which is fine. But then it can also drop down really quickly. You know. Here we go again, 293. Like, what do we need to get a breakout? Come on, Laura. What do we need to do here, Laura, to get a breakout? LPTX with the pop as well. What do we need to do to get a boom ski? How's Bitcoin looking, by the way? So it looks like BTC is fighting some resistance too. Some resistance. Interesting. Okay, back to our favorite stock for now. If that thing would just cook, 93. Here we go again. Come on, Bilal. Make it happen. Make it happen. 93 again. 94. Shish. 95. Like one penny at a time, 1 penny at a time. So slow. There we go. $3. Here we go, Boomski this time. The high of the day is 305. To be on the safe side, yeah. Even then, it's still a little bit annoying because we keep going back and forth. Right, so the entry would have been safer, closer to the the downside there. One second. Calendar. AIHS 303. Uh, uh, Um, Jill, sorry. Yeah, see, Spy did end up going dipskis from that resistance. I'm back, Jill. I'm back. Yeah, no, I was muted, guys. I was muted. Sorry. Uh, did I can't just drop another headline again, guys? Did they just drop another one? Are they trying to pump it back up off the 200 EMA as they sell it? First Tower and Fibers Mexico Telecom shares. Oh, yeah, that's just a like a regurgitation of the last article. You know, yeah, that's just a yep. Yeah, no, lack is that was a perfect buy, by the way. Gods and Kings, good job. So someone's like just fighting me. Go, Lee. Okay, that wasn't the top. Ridiculous. No, it wasn't it. You saw the chart. Ah, yeah, that thing's very annoying. Like it just keeps going back and forth. Unbelievable. This is all Dan's fault, by the way. Just in case you were wondering. Just in case. Spy actually looks interesting. Hmm, looks interesting there. And you go. Ah, unbelievable, Dan. Unbelievable. Ah, it's a pullback after you enter. Go Patty. What did you enter? AIHS. Yeah. Bala, this is why, like, even $3 to be safe is still a problem, isn't it? Like, we never even closed above $3, anyways. But the price action in this is pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. Pretty annoying, if you ask me. Pretty annoying. You got in at 293. Yeah, I mean you're down less than 10 cents, so that's okay. And you're gonna be back to break even at some point. It's gonna come back. At least I think so. Um, yeah, but at the same time, a cheaper entry would have been nicer. Um, right. So you're not that red in that position. Yeah, LAC looks really nice. With the now we're back above the 200 and trying to get back above the VWAP, so that's good. Yeah, a bit of a that stock is just sitting at 285 like nobody's business, just chilling there. Kind of annoying. 547, and I'm only now able to actually admit it. Chris, let me take a look. Why? Why are you having a hard time though? It's again like it's not a bad gamble, right? You're sitting right above the 200 EMA, so that's not horrible. Um, Sometimes stocks look like garbage, but we still take the gamble at the 200, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. As long as it stays above the 200 there, though. If it breaks below, you might have a real problem. A real problem. Yeah, yes, yes and no. Like you have 750 up there. This pre like look at this, right? This was your pre-market bottom, 750. Like look how many times we held that level. So 750 is going to be that level, right? But at the same time, though, if it's stalling somewhere, then you're gonna have a problem before. But yeah, 750 is the next logical technical level. Because yeah, the 200 was there. Yeah, yeah, definitely more of a gamble play, right, Chris? But yeah, that's the 1 minute, Dustin. Dusty, that is the 1 minute. It's a bit confusing sometimes when you have like the 15 minute for spy up. A little bit confusing. What does ES look like actually? Yeah, ES is hmm, ES. Yep, you can definitely see that resistance up there for the markets. Definitely see the resistance. And then AIHS still in that same stupid range. You sold at 720. Good scalp. Yeah, 669 to 720 is a good scalp. Well done. 713 CM. Okay. You sold 7,000 shares yesterday at 690. I mean that's not a bad thing though, right, Max? If you're referring to LAC, that's not a bad. That's there's nothing wrong with that. Because this morning we were at 660, right? The low of the day, like earlier this morning when it crashed like that, 658, right? So I don't really think that's a big problem, right? The only thing is you could have bought back in if you really wanted to. So yeah, don't beat yourself up for that. Because I think you actually made the right decision. You made the right decision. Let me take a look. Uh, So yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. Spy is going back for the highs of the day here. Dan, are you done for the day with Spy? With NQ? Yeah, CJET is still just holding 30 cents. And yeah. Silly price action. Hmm. Do, 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 do. Huh. Interesting. Yes, you're done with it? Okay. Are we cooking? No, it's a bit slow. Guess what? I can't just got slapped there. Slapped to the abyss. Who's from Canada here? Max. A whole bunch of people. Uh, crashed and then to 690. So you sold scared? No, there's nothing wrong with that, Max. Yeah, you're 10 cents away from that level you sold at. Living in Florida, Canadian living in Florida. Uh huh. You escaped the cold, ran away from the mountains. Hmm. Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. Ran from the mountains. Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that was a good sell, by the way, on LAC. Golden Kings, good job. That was a good exit. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Just looking at some of these other stocks in the scanner here. Do, 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 do. Just looking. Do, do, do. CJET is still just chilling there. Yeah. This one's just as annoying as it was in the first place. Just as annoying as it was in the first place. Do, 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 do. Did SPY just break out a little bit? Yeah. Does that mean boomskis now? Boomski, boomski, boomski. Where are those big green candles, Dan? Do, 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 do. The boomski candles. Bitcoin looks nice, by the way. Nice. Almost back to 118. Oof. 118. Cool kids, cool kids, cool kids. Do, 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 do. Cool kids. Mm, 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 mm. Interesting. Yeah, I can looks horrible. Then again, a lot of these stocks don't look that amazing. CJET is actually coming back now too, though. Back to 38. 38 cents. I know, right? VTYX. Damn, look at a can, guys. That thing is about to lose all those gains. Again, this should be a reminder to you that as amazing as something looks, you cannot diamond hand it, right? If you buy a stock and it's not working, you need to have a stop loss, right? Because for some of you that hate stop losses, like, can you imagine? So, like, a stop loss isn't there because we like them or because blah 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 blah. The stop loss is there, not for the one time that you don't use it, the one time you don't use it, right? And you buy the damn stock at $9 and it goes to $5, your account is gonna be in pain, right? This is the type of stuff we avoid on stop losses. That's the type of stuff we're trying to avoid. It's not that we want to use it. We just, prevent that one time that it saves your account from going to zero. To zero. Yeah, and then it looks like a SPY is back to green now. Greenies, greenies. Under any circumstances, yep, exactly. Without a parachute, same thing, exactly. Use the damn stop losses, guys. Because same thing with AIHS, right? Like you have to, um, you have to, just in case. Why are like all these stocks so annoying now? ASBP with a nice pop there. ASBP. It's a nice little pop. I don't understand. Stop loss? It depends, Max. It depends. It depends on so many different factors, right? Like depends how big the position is. Then okay, maybe you're looking at 2% or less. Um, but if it's if you're properly positioned, then again, it really depends on so much stuff. We've covered that in the classes already. No, 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 no. Yep. There goes ASBP. Nice pump. Oof. Some of those candles are scary. Scary candles. Scary, scary. Yep. 10. Exactly. Regardless of how good you think you are in the markets, the market will always find a way to remind you that's where the stop loss comes into play, right? That's where the stop loss says, hey, hello. And regardless of how good your strategy is, there are going to be those times where you're like, dang, I messed up just a little bit, or everything was perfect and it still didn't work, right? Okay, save me stop loss. Does it have any NP, Florida girl? Does it have any New York stock pricing? I'll take a look, see if anything showed up for that. NP. $28 is what it's indicating. That's the last thing that I see. So $20 IPO indicating 28. Yeah. So I don't know if it's actually going to open at 28, but the stop loss is there to humble you. Yeah, exactly. To pick up the soap in prison. Yep. 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 Use them. Use them, guys. Like it's so frustrating, honestly, when you get in a position and then your stop loss hits. It's so frustrating, especially if that stock ends up working out. But I promise you, it's not more frustrating than when you blow that account. So and if your stop loss is constantly hitting, I promise it has more to do with your entry than the stop loss. Right? If you suck at some of the entries, like if you're getting in too high, FOMOing, like guessing, then the stop loss is gonna hit more often than it doesn't. So then you just need to work on the entry, Just work more on the entry than anything else, please. More in the entry than anything else, please. Alrighty. And the market take it away. Well, if you let it, yeah. Did you spam it enough, virus? No. Next time you need to get the cat to spam it. Please and thank you. That dip at the open was such a scam for SPY. Such a scam. Look at that. That was a perfect double bottom too. Perfect. Now we're looking good again. Pumping again. They stump you just on you and then bounce up. Max, yeah, but again, still, can see your stop loss? No. They can. So yeah, but level 3 they can see your stop loss, and higher levels can see your stop loss. I promise you that a hedge fund that's managing hundreds of millions, billions of dollars isn't sitting around saying, where's Max's stop loss? Let's go find it. We can see it. Let's take it. No, right? It has more to do with your entry than the stop loss. Just click on the join link. New. Click on the join link at the bottom of the chat and come join us. Sign up for the legend. There is no hedge fund that's sitting around waiting to hit your stop loss, right? So, um, and again, if you've had a one-on-one, we've most likely had the same conversation of why we set stop losses where we set them, or maybe we've mentioned in the class. Um, yeah, Max. There's more to do with that than stop losses. I'll tell you a little story that I sometimes tell on one-on-ones. Okay, so I had a conversation with someone. Um, I had a conversation with someone that like works at one of the hedge funds, and so the question was like, I asked the question, you know um like retail always complains about like how you guys can see the stop losses and blah blah blah, and like you guys go for the stop losses. She's like, yeah, we can see the stop losses, but we don't care for the stop losses. The stop loss is not what we're looking for, right? So what we're looking for is, we're looking at structure. Market structure is what we look at, right? So let's say the stock is consolidating here, right? Let's say a stock is consolidating. This is like to like this is what she said they would do. What they do is they will do their best to bounce it off this level because they know people are buying in this level, right? What they do is they will bounce it off this level and then they will bring it back down, right? But if it's a stock that they wanted to that they want to cook, they will do their absolute best to not go below this level. Why? Because once you break this structure, that stock is gonna die, right? So yeah, they want to make money, but they don't want they want to make money, not lose money, right? So again, so if you're buying at the wrong time and you're setting your stop loss above this level, guess what? When your stop loss hits and you're like, oh my goodness, it's a double bottom, we're going back up, right? That's what happens. That's why double bottoms are so common, because of the structure, right? So again, if it's not that they see your stop losses or they care about your stop loss, is most likely because your stop loss is set in that range. So whether it's an algorithm or whatever else, it's set to do that, right? But if it breaks below that level, usually dead, right? So don't think they want to lose money because they want to come for your stop loss. Ready? Cool. So like it's more of an entry thing, like working on the entries you know, rather than anything else. Pretty please. Pretty please. What level is that? The VWAP? I don't understand the question. I don't understand the question. And a LAC came all the way down to below 7 and then bouncing back again. Below and back above. Please let me know. New, there's really nothing happening with this. Like this level, yeah, maybe that's what someone was asking. That's the VWAP, right? That's your VWAP line. Like we just keep failing there for CJET, right? Like the last hour, it's been like that. So as long as we keep failing below that level, it's not quite ready yet. So it needs to break above 39 cents and then reclaim 40 cents and then go from there. Criminal CM, criminal behavior. A can flat. Isn't that crazy, guys? Oh, it's not what I want to do. Isn't this crazy though? Like this thing just erased all of the gains, like all of it. Iceman, yes. FRMI and NP IPOs both today. I do have a one-on-one in like less than 20 minutes still, so we'll see see what happens here. There we go. You can tell the markets are quiet today. Quiet. ASBP has done well though with some of those pops. Retesting the 30-cent range again. ASBP. There it goes. So that last high was right below 32 cents. Right below 32 cents. And there it goes. Breaking above it. 32.70. Good morning, Al. 33 cents, guys. 34 cents. 34.50. Damn, that thing is flying. Sheesh. Yeah, the spread is still a bit scary though, so just be careful. Nice pop. 33.40. Max, IONQ. Nah, 15% up. Sounds like a bot. Sounds like a bot. We really need to get back to the market where, like, everything we touch went up 200%. Everything. At least we had CJET in the morning though. That was good. And then as long as you're not greedy on AIHS, little scalpies there. Little scalpies. There we go. Pally is still just consolidating in that same range there, gods and kings. Right, so $1.20. Not a whole bunch of volume, but yeah. SPY looks really nice. Let me see how close we are though for SPY on that 30 on that 15-minute chart again. SPY is looking very aggressive. Very aggressive. We're approaching that top though. Like the top there. Hmm. Heritage, are you holding some calls? I wonder if we're actually gonna break out though. Can we go back to moving more than $3 from the open? Yeah. 667 knock. You mean like on the way down, virus? Is that what you're waiting for? Not yet. We broke above it, destroyed it. Destroyed that level, virus. You're holding calls. Heritage, which calls are you holding? Which calls? Oh, I heard Pally's feelings. Yep. No, again, it's a nice bottom at 120, but it needs to do better, right? You can see that green zone, the demand zone, the double bottom, right? So, um, yeah, so it needs to stay above that level. ASVP obviously made brand new highs in that last candle, almost 36 cents. Nice. 34 pennies. 6 October 1st. Okay. So you should be nice and green though, right? So make sure you don't diamond handed though. Especially since they expired today. We definitely look good for now though. So definitely look good for now. Mm, mm, definitely look good. You just exited your 667 calls. Nice. Good job, Spikes. Very nice. Is it a decent level to get out? You're in at 342. Let's take a look. Damn, look at the can, guys. Look at this. Oh my days. That thing was up 100%, like it doubled and then erased it. Yup. LRMA. You're in at 342. So you're nice and green. Good job. Good job, Sean. I just want to see what the daily looks like here. I think had a nasty drop yesterday. Not yesterday, but last Friday. Last Friday it was at 5:30, and then it got destroyed down to $3. Not sure what happened. Something must have happened though. Bet you something definitely happened. Announces na 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 na. Well, that chart definitely doesn't help us, but that was a really good entry. So good job. Good job. Like when I look at this chart, you can tell there's more room to the upside, but we almost need to break above 424.30 first. So 424.30, that's your next resistance. So if you have a big position, I would say get rid of half of it, right? But if we break above that level, then you're looking for that five again. Yeah, there you go, Raven. So again, you're coming up to resistance at 424.30, right? If you have a big position, I would get rid of half of it, and then put a stop loss on the other half, maybe slightly below, $4 there. And then let's see if it breaks out. Cool. But you should definitely have a stop loss though. Definitely. Thank you, Prince. So good again. Good job on the entry. NP is live. Live. NP. So this is the Neptune IPL. So high of 23, low of 22.42. $20 IPO, right? So again, like I said, there's nothing really overly exciting about these IPOs lately. So we're just gonna have to watch this one for a second and then go from there. Spikes. Yeah, funny enough, like people like playing with that level, you know. Is it halted down? Nasty. Good job, Sean. Good job, and hopefully it keeps going up for you. Please and thank you. Yeah. So this level here for SPY. Yeah. So since Monday, right? Is that the all-time high? All-time high for the S&P is 66734. We're not that far away from that level, huh? Like we're really not that far away. Yeah, 66734. So isn't it crazy that with all the negativity, government shutdown, blah 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 blah, the market still ends up doing whatever it wants? Isn't that crazy? Boom skis, boom skis, boom skis, boom skis. You're out. Good job. Even if it keeps going, good job. Alrighty. Is gold up today? I'm not sure. Let me take a look. GLD. GLD. Yeah, gold is slightly green today. Dan, have you looked at future wise? Have you looked at GC? Look at GC. GC is scary. Like I thought NQ was crazy. GC is scary for futures. Chris, I'm glad you used the stop loss. Yeah. Again, we're not always gonna make the right decisions, guys. There's not a single person that trades without losses. Not a single one. But like those stop losses are there to save you. Because if you don't have one, oof, yeah, problems. Uh, there we go. Hmm, interesting. Okay. With any other future contracts, yeah, two trades today. I think I took a virus. Yep. And again, there's nothing wrong with that because when you cook, money's back. Yeah, CJET is still playing with that VWAP, guys. So 38, 30, 39 cents, really, right? Mm. Yep, exactly, virus. Exactly. Exactly. think the last time we had a red candle on the 15-minute chart was in pre-market. Other than that, it's all been green candles. Again, now we're sitting at that resistance, but CJET spikes. Uh, I went to IHOP super early this morning. First of all, don't like the that you went to. Anyways, country fried steak, 2 eggs over easy, strawberry cheesecake waffles. Ah, the worst part too is Dan is I missed it because my subconscious was like, don't read that, and then Dan's like, go up and read. So I thought it was something good. No. Oh my days. Why does everybody feel like 6-7? Let's go. If this stock could squeeze to 6-7, that would be nice. Yeah. Let's go. Love it. That's funny. I went to like a little concert, and then the other day, last week maybe? Yeah, last week. And then the instructor was like 6-7, and the kids went wild. They're like, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Too much. $1.35. I don't know if only is a thing though. You know? Yeah. IHOP is IHOP probably has the best pancakes in Canada, probably. But when we went to Vegas. I went to I don't know. It was called Black something, Black whatever. Where's Josh? Those pancakes were amazing, amazing. Best pancakes I've had. FRMI IPO's live, guys. Those pancakes were nice. So the other IPO's live, FRMI. So first candle, right? So that $28, we dropped slightly below that. This was also a $20 IPO. There were pancakes. Yeah, something William probably Black Hawk. I don't remember the second word to the name, but yeah. Do, 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 do. Interesting for a scandal. La, 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 $26. So this one obviously seems a bit better than the other IPO. FRMI. Because yeah, that thing is looks like these guys are usually actually using Trump, to using Trump to pump the stock. 2707 at the highest for now. I just want to see what the first few candles do here at least. LAC. His spikes. Oh wow. Yeah. So 27 back to 25, right? So again, there's nothing too crazy here yet. Let's go, virus. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So it looks like we're just trying to discover the range for now. So 27 high, 25 low. So see what happens. I miss poutine fries from Canada. Poutine. I've only ever tried poutine once, and I wasn't a fan of it. Wasn't a fan. It does, Dan. It does. If it breaks above this level, I don't know if there's anything stopping it. I don't know if it breaks above that level. I don't know if there's anything stopping it. You know. As soon as Dan said that, the candles are like, okay, 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 okay. Let's do it. Let's do it then. So nice little pop again to retest the top of the range, but again, that level still resistance. Still resistance. So we shall see that thing can cook. Can it break out and fly? And again, this IPO really isn't doing anything crazy, right? Iceman, yeah, FRMI. This is why people haven't been overly excited for IPOs, guys. Like, it still seems like if you can get into the pre-IPO, that's the easiest thing to do. Because both of these IPOs today were $20 IPOs, right? And guess what? You still made money if you got into those two, right? Like $21, you'd still be green at 25 if you got into the pre-IPO, right? Even NP was a $20 IPO and it opened at 22. So the pre-IPO process seems to be the easiest way to get into these IPOs for now and make monies. It hit 430, Sean. Beautiful. So the stop loss is the better way for you to do it, right? The better way. But yeah. So if the IPO has hype, you're better off getting into the pre-IPO. Yeah, Pally with a bit of a pop there as well, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, that 120 bottom was nice. If you got in there, that would have been good. 120. Yeah, good job, Sean. And there goes brand new lows of the day, right? 24.50. So there's really nothing here. I have a one-on-one, but I have no idea who it's with. There we go. Uh, skip. Okay. Has no assets, no income, no revenue ever. 8 months. It's a scam on the public. 90% of these IPOs, Yogi. I mean, they only go live to take people's monies. Yeah. I think they're just using Trump's name and the idea, right? It's like, hey, we have an idea, we have Trump. Let's make some monies. But yeah, I don't know. Again, we looked at the company's website, right? And like, I don't know, not for me. Not for me. They have an idea of what they want to build, and that this is what it looks like, right? So, power grid and whatnot. And the stock is pumping back up to the highs there to $27. So, and it just hit brand new highs of the day. We just had to trash it a little bit, you know. But again, you just have to make sure that if you're playing with this, guys, you just have to remember that it's a scalp play, not an investment. This is not an investment. Um, so do want to be frozen out of potential IPO later, Nathan? Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe don't take the risk, right? But you don't always get frozen out, though. We've had people that have sold every IPO on the first day, and they're still able to get in. Can you take a look at UCFI? It looks suspended. Oh, looks suspended. Let's take a look. UCFI. I know we looked at this one in the morning too. Are you in at 519? Why is it suspended though? When did it just happen just now or what happened? Let me take a look. Uh, no, it looks like it's been suspended for some time now. Because it should never been suspended. Look at the candles; they're going sideways. So what happened there? Hmm. Hmm. La 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 la. Do 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 do. You see. Uh oh. Uh oh. That thing might be done. Yeah, that thing is done. It's not a regular halt. It's a T12 halt. Yeah, T12. That's So if you're not sure what a T12 is, it's not a good thing. Let me see if it gives you the definition actually. There should be like a little legend somewhere. So the T12 is right there. It's never a good thing, right? It's not like a volatility halt. So T12 trading is halted pending receipt of additional information requested by Nasdaq. So, um, yeah. So I guess they're waiting for they're waiting. Yeah. So T12 means the exchange thinks that something fishy is going on here, and they've halted it until they get more information. We've also seen stocks T12 halt, and it takes a whole year before they get it back. Sometimes the stock just gets delisted. They're like, get out of here. Yeah. Alrighty. So mm, yep. Do, do, do. There we go. It's building what we call the yeah. I think that's the most exciting thing about it, Rob. Yeah, 78 billion. It's gonna cost 78 billion. Bilal, so you're yeah. I don't know. We don't know when this is gonna come back. Then if it's T12. Yeah, LAC was perfect off the bottom there. Again, LAC, again. Gods and Kings, did you get back in? Yeah, LAC looks nice. With that, we mentioned that 750 resistance there next, right? 750. Yeah, where they gonna get that money from, Rob? Offerings, offerings. I mean, they've just done one today, so pump the stock and then do another one later. Yep, Pally's done a really good job actually, like a really good job holding that bottom, like a really good job. I think Pally's the surprise of the day. Surprise of the day, Pally. Yep, looks good. That $1.60 is still there though, right, Nathan? Yeah, the annoying thing with that too, Bilal, is you're green on that position. Is it a big position that you're holding? FRMI again. Um, Maybe if one of these candles can break and close above 27, Rob, maybe the violence will come in. But for now, it's still a bit on the suspicious side. But yeah, Pally looks good. Yeah, yeah, that was a good scalp. A very good scalpy. More than a year ago. Yep, I remember that. I think that's where these levels kind of come from too. CM, yeah, good scalp. Again, 750 resistance for LAC, so high of 755. And Pally just cooking, slowly cooking. 2 pennies away from the highs of the day. Yep. 160 incoming. Uh, you had to? What did you get in at 156, Austin? Hopefully not 156. No, no, no. There goes Pally. So that thing just said, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Let me pop a little bit. Yeah, no halts yet. No halts. You're in at 148? Okay, nice. Good job. Good job. Yeah, don't stay too long. I know you're waiting for the boom skis, but what's SPY doing now? Still at that same resistance? I'm really starting to wonder, if it's actually going to break above that level. Starting to wonder there. That resistance is kind of a bit obvious, looking like yeah, looking like it wants violence. Like it wants violence. Go ahead and slap it. Yeah, it's probably gonna play some games there, and then big if. Yep. The FRMI stock is still holding up though. Still holding up well. Hmm. Let's see. No virus, like one of those one of those like giveaway ones in the chat, like one of those giveaway ones in the chat. Spies, like, do you guys not trust me to crush it? No, 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 no. Not gonna happen. Is back ordered on the for 10 years, Rob? Shish. My goodness. Well, yeah. Can't believe the building cost 78 billion to build what they want to build. Doesn't sound that sounds a bit suspicious. A bit suspicious. Ooh, let's see here. See, this is why, like sometimes you guys when you have your one-on-ones, like the different names, throw me off because I don't even know who to message in Discord. Um, hmm. July. Hmm. Mm. There we go. MU. Yeah, this thing is each is 18 billion. Yeah. Today till 6:16. Okay. I think I might already have. It depends, Jason. I'll have to message you later. I'll have to message you later and see. But if not for now, just keep it for tomorrow. I'm just gonna have to. Yeah. I'll message you later if something shows up though. But I know there's somebody else. Yeah, Gus. Are you in the chat, Gus? Uh, and then Coleman, I think you too, right? So you are? Okay. Okay. I sent you a DM in Discord. Sent you a DM in the Discord. Yep. No, Pally looks good. Pally definitely said, you know what? Let me be the best stock right now. That's a nice pump. Yeah, that was a good bottom though for Pally, right? So that demands on stayed above the 200 EMA. This is why we always say, hey, like even if a stock is dropping, guys, if it's above the 200 EMA, it's not dead yet. Virus, unbelievable. Right. So even if we are dropping, as long as we stay above the 200 EMA, there's a chance. There's always a chance. And then obviously you have the supply zone, which is most likely coming from the last run, closer to $1.85 ish, right? So nice pop if you got in at the bottoms. Yeah, Gus will get one done. Righty. 5 more minutes though, guys. Let me know if you have any last questions. Any last questions, let me know. And then we will hop off and go back to Discord. The IPO really isn't, meh, right? Um, LAC, obviously 750 resistance, so it's failing there. The S&P obviously has a lot of resistance up there, right? It's been like this since Monday. So this level is going to be interesting, right? Very interesting level. You feel like it's only a matter of time, but still, it's resistance. You can't really ignore that. Pally resistance 185 and then $2. Alrighty, so we'll keep an eye on this one. And CJET is just like it hasn't been able to break above the VWAP. This is why we don't like stocks that go below the VWAP, below the 200, because now they have to fight back to get to that level, and it's usually a battle. Sometimes we just take the stress away in the first place. So yeah, that's a problem. And then so Rob is smiling because he made the monies on CJET and now he's just relaxing, relaxing. Love it. Don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already. Please and thank you. Smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click that link at the bottom of the chat there. Alrighty? Because tomorrow we're going to have another CJET and it's going to be up 200% before the market opens. And then we're going to have like where the market's slow again, but it was easy in pre market. So if you're not a member yet, click that link at the bottom of the chat from Nightbot. Sign up for the legend or above level. Come join us. Yeah, like I said, we'll hop off in like 5 minutes and then go back to Discord. And go back to the Discord. That was a very nice scalp. A very nice scalp. And I'll be up at 4 a.m. in Discord. Yep, exactly. Exactly. So so become a member. Wake up at 4 a.m. with Rob and do some cooking, please. Stop missing out. Yeah. Yes, please. Stop missing out. Okay. Mm. Ooh. The 50? Oof, that's all the way down there, Laura. Yeah, it definitely is like a spot though. If it wants to sell off, this is the spot. If we break above this level though, all-time highs incoming again. Right? But this is the spot, right? And we have all week of data, telling us that that's major resistance. But if we break above that though, SPY is just gonna go straight to 670, straight. CJET doesn't want to die, so just keep watching 30 cents for the bottom. Let's go, Speedy. Come on now, keep cooking. Yes, please, Heritage. So Pally still looks good, but we have that resistance at the top, right? This IPO doesn't quite look dead yet. FRMI, like it looks like we're just going range bound, 27 versus 25. So maybe at some point it will decide what it wants to do. And then I think Raven was asking for thoughts on IC. I hate the stock, Raven. Looking good for now. 57. Yeah, I hate the stock. I hate this damn stock. Yeah, I think your entry is good though, Raven. I think your entry is good. You're in at 57 cents. Yeah, I think your entry is good. Like you're sitting at a really good bottom, right? The stock it's never done anything good to me. You know, every time we've looked at this, it's been like on like a disaster. Like it pumps and then it scams. Like these candles look really nice, but always a scam. These are Look at that. Even when you're pumping, you're like, oh, we look good, abyss. Oh, we look good, we're going, abyss. Right? Like, look, just scammy nature of this stock. Hate the damn thing. For now, though, as long as you stay above 55, Raven, nothing wrong with it. Yeah, ICU is on my do not trade list as well. Yogi. Hate the damn thing. Hated to just playing the chart. No, absolutely, Raven. So yeah, for now, from a technical point of view, as long as it stays above 55 cents, you're okay. No. Should change zero to. I. I will F you. Yep. Like it definitely has that history, Yogi. But yeah, from a technical point of view for Raven, as long as it stays above 55 cents, you're okay. And it always has that scam pump, right? So maybe the scam pump will come at this point. You know? Maybe. Uh okay. Uh, more than um, humanity. Yeah, exactly, Speedy. Exactly. It just has that history. ICU was also like one of those stocks that we trashed for so long because there was an account on social media that was pumping that thing every day. They would pump it, and then that stock died and the account disappeared. They're like, "Oh my goodness, this is the best stock ever," and then it was $10, then it was 9, then it was 5. They're like, "Oh my goodness, it's gonna squeeze." This dude had like 50,000 subscribers, but I think we knew better, right? That it was trash. It was trash from day one. So every day we would trash it. Actually, a few members got banned from trashing that account. Pablo got banned from trashing that account. Pablo will tell you. Uh, like, look at CJET pop. So, and then the stock went to 50 cents or lower, anyways, and then the account disappeared. But yep, CJET with a nice little pop there. Maybe now it's finally gonna cross above the finally above the VWAPs. Spy wants to go boom skis, doesn't it, Laura? Mm, wants to do something there. It's testing again. Test, test, test. They did not like Pablo. They really didn't. Ah, they did not. What am I looking at? IBIT in the top 20 ETF assets for first time as assets at 90 billion is just past sheesh. Yeah, IBIT. So top 20 ETFs. Vanguard VOO is number one. IVV is number two. SPY is number three. VTI is number four. QQQ is number five. VUG is number six. And then developed markets, VEA, craziness. I'm just looking at the list here. IWF, Russell 1000, and then IBIT is number 20. Shish. Mm. Craziness. Craziness. That's impressive. Yeah, I like IBIT. Like if you don't want to hold Bitcoin, simply just, some IBIT instead. Some IBIT. Again, if you're not sure what IBIT is, IBIT is the BlackRock ETF for Bitcoin. So again, if you're like, you know what, I don't want to hold crypto, but I want to buy Bitcoin, that's basically what this is, right? And it moves. They hold Bitcoin, so it moves, in direct correlation to Bitcoin. Sometimes you hold an ETF and it doesn't quite match. You're like, dang, what's going on? How come Bitcoin's going up and it's not going up enough, or vice versa? Um, this is an exact match. We've been talking about this for like, since those ETFs came out, right? This was obviously number one because it's BlackRock. So yeah, up today, up 3% with BTC, right? Cooking. Does anybody hold IBIT in the chat? Ah, yeah. I think his yeah, Dan. Yeah, yeah. Do. Yeah, CJET is back to retesting. Is this the curl we've been waiting for in CJET? Less of a curl and more of a we need to clear the damn resistance, right? Yeah, less of a curl and more of like CJET needs to break out. So that's the VWAP, VWAPs, VWAPs, VWAP, VWAP, right? So CJET is failing at the exact same spot every single time, right? Every single time it's failing at the same spot. You do? I have a huge IBIT position. Yep. Rob, you too? Yep. Yep. Like it's some people say like not your crypto, not your whatever the thing is, right? Not your phrase, not your crypto something. I still like IBIT though, but yeah. Yeah, FRME doesn't look like it's completely dead yet, obviously, because we haven't broken below that last low there. So it is fighting, not your keys, not your crypto. Yeah, SPY's like right there. Right there. Yep, not your keys, not your crypto. Uh 37. Yeah. What does the VWAP stand for? There you go. Yogi answered your question. Um, however, yeah, some IBIT. That's impressive though. That in less than how long has it been? A year? Less than 2 years since these ETFs came out. Time flies. Like we don't really, it's already a top 20 ETF in the whole world, competing with some of the biggest ones out there. That's impressive. I mean, it's not gonna get close to a VOO or an IVV or a SPY or QQQ, right? Maybe in the future it will, but still, it's competing with like the portfolio balancing ETFs. You know how you have your foundational ETFs and then you have like a dividend ETF, right? Stuff like that. It's competing with that. Like the 10-5% of your portfolio, right? That's what it's competing with, and that's pretty impressive. Very impressive. Let's take a look. Solat, BURU. Bottom feeder. So you're in at 1560. Okay. When's is there a split coming up for this one, Raven? Do you know? I wish we were in closer to 13 cents because that's when Raven and that's when that's when this was getting spammed in the in that bottom feeding channel. Yeah, like closer to 13 to 12 is a safer entry just because you have all those candles consolidating at the bottom there. But again, when you look at the resistance, you do have resistance all the way up there, right? So 18 to 20 cents, that's when we really start hitting resistance. So I don't think you're in a bad spot for now. You're just kind of in the middle, like kind of, it's like it's not bad, but you're not at the bottom, which is a bit concerning usually. But Yeah, you can see that resistance, right? The resistance at the top there, so 18 to 20 cents. Um, and then yesterday's low was like 14 cents. So the closer you get to 14, the better it is for you. But yeah, you're kind of sitting right in the middle there, Salat. So it's not bad. Hopefully, there's no split coming up. Um, but yeah, for now, as long as you stay above, like just stay above, I would say just stay above 15 cents, right? So you're not risking too much. Just stay above 15 cents. Because once you start breaking below 14.80, 15 cents, then now you're kind of sitting in no man's land again, because there's room to the downside. Pally never broke above that high there. And then CJET, maybe now CJET will actually come back and do what it was supposed to do in the morning. Yeah, maybe easy go with the pop. Easy go. You're welcome. Alrighty, guys. I think we're gonna leave it here for the day, though. FRME again looks like a trash IPO, but the technicals are still, holding up. Like it's looking like it's not quite dead yet. So we'll keep an eye on that, especially if you can break above 27 and stay above. And then CJET again. CJET is looking a bit more promising now. If it can, okay, bye. If we can break out above that VWAP, maybe CJET would actually start pushing. I know, right, Tony? Yeah. Yep. Easy go with a nice pop there. I'll pull it up as we leave, and then we'll keep watching these names in Discord. You senior bye for now. See you in Discord. Yeah. Nice penny stock pop there, and nice pop. See if it can actually clear 20 cents and stay above. And Laura, it looks like SPY is still failing at that resistance, right? So we know there's a problem here, and it's clearly resistance, but for some reason it's not getting slapped with enough violence, Not enough violence. We need more violence. Max, have a wonderful day as well. See you next time. See you tomorrow. Laura, have a great day. See you in Discord. Tony, oh yeah. Brian later. So yeah, we'll see. Yep. It's clearly failing there. So we should be able to retest a 9 or something else. But again, like I said, if that thing breaks out, it is gone skis, especially when it's been sitting here for so long. But yeah, for now, we need blood. CM, see you in Discord. Luna, thank you. See you in Discord. Rock, see you in Discord. Matt, see you on the other side. Yeah, see you on the other side. Much love, everybody. Again, thank you all very much for the support. And X, thank you. We really need to get to the markets where we're getting like 500%, 200, 500%, because this is a bit annoying now. LT, see you in Discord. See you, Gods and Kings. Good job on LAC. Good job. Good jobs. And then Easy Goes looking good. Alrighty, all again, much love. Catch you guys in Discord. Bye. Bye. Bye, Raven. Yeah.